this is Natalie from Line.Arrow from the Netherlands, and I'm here with the second week challenge for January, and it's the LDA Craft a Day 26 challenge. We have two kits we are working with. We are working with the Curio Cabinet of Medicine, and with the Verdant ledgers. And I'm going to show you the second week freebies now. I'm calling them freebies, but they are free challenge papers. They are for free in the Line.Arrow Facebook group, and you can purchase these for a very small fee on my Ko-Fi page. This week we have 5 pages, and we have 4 groups joining in with the challenges in total. It's Line.Arrow, Two Sister Gem Facebook group, Sophie's Crafty Corner Facebook group, and Junk Journal Joy with April Storm Facebook group. This is just a promo sheet. It says US letter size, 5 pages, and this is the A4 size, which I'm going to use, also 5 pages. I just printed this on regular coffee paper. So what you see is, well, this quality, and this is on a sort of sturdier presentation paper. And as you can see, it doesn't. It prints brilliant on a copy paper. So, but you have 5 papers, like I said. I have some, how do you say this? Affirmations, tags, labels, more labels or more tags. Sorry. Butterflies and bottles. Then I have an envelope with a few labels. This has like the ledger on it, and this fits inside, so you have sort of a size when you know what to cut. And you can also use this as a template, of course. And then I have 2 very busy collage papers, and the challenge for this week is, let me get the papers, and I'm sorry I'm so late. But the challenge for this week is like create a gratitude tag or envelope, and you can add affirmations, you can decorate, of course. That's why there's an envelope, but you can also use the envelope that is in one of the kits, or you can use your own envelope. That's an option too. I want to create both, to be honest, but I think, yeah, what am I going to do? I think I'm going to use one of my own envelopes, and then I'm going to use a tag and add an affirmation. Yeah, that is what I'm going to do. No, I'm going to use the envelope from the kit. Changed my mind. It's very late over here. It's already around 10 o'clock in the evening. My husband is out of town with work. He's going to a concert with his colleagues, and he stays the night in a hotel, so if they drink something, they don't have to drive home. They had 1 ticket left, and my husband messaged me yesterday, do you want to go, because then you would be part of the lottery. Oh, I forgot to clean my desk. Wait a minute. And I said, no, I don't want to go. I didn't feel very well, because I went to the hospital Thursday. Maybe some of you know, I mentioned this once in a live video, that I'm struggling with, well, nail issues. They come off from the plate, and somebody said, well, maybe too much gel polish, which I don't use. I stopped using gel polish 2 years ago, and that was not like in a salon, but the gel polish you can put on yourself. But I stopped doing that because of the bad, well, there are chemicals inside, and one of the chemicals they use for implants. And if you develop an allergy, it might be that if you need an implant in the future, like a a new hip or a dental implant, your body can reject that. So I thought, well, let's not do that. But yeah, I got something else in return. And I think I'm just going to share, because I already know that a lot of people are not aware that this even exists. I read about it because I even said it in the video. It might be psoriasis. And some people said psoriasis. But psoriasis is not only a condition on the skin. It is also a nail condition. And apparently I have psoriasis, which I didn't expect at all. And the reason why I am in shock about that is because I read about it and I thought, well, no, I don't have that. Of course I don't have that. But yeah, my symptoms were sort of similar, so I already thought, well, it might be that I have that. But I didn't want to have it, of course. But yeah, apparently it runs in the family. My grandfather had it. He doesn't live anymore. He had the skin condition, but you also have nail psoriasis, which I have. Not showing you on the camera because I have nail polish. I am allowed to cover it up, so yeah, of course I do that, because being on camera with your hands in frame this huge, it is it almost makes me cry again, because I've been struggling since last year September with this, and it took me 4 months to finally get an appointment. Well, I did have an appointment in September, but they canceled it, and then I had to wait another month, which completely drove me insane. But yeah, I've been to the doctor, the dermatologist, this week, and she told me the verdict. But I also have like little, not sure if you can see, but over here there are little add-ons on my finger that not supposed to be there. You don't see it very well, but I do feel it, and sometimes it hurts like crazy. But I thought, yeah, I'm just getting older, so maybe it's something like that. But it turns out if you have nail psoriasis, you can also have psoriasis arthritis. And I looked at an image which made me panic, because it means that you're not able to do a lot with your hands, because it like spaghetti. They grow like spaghetti. So when I left the hospital, I was totally devastated. And yes, I'm not going to die. Well, eventually I'm going to die, of course, but it's not something that I'm going to die from, which is great. But it is affecting my life already as it is now, because everything I touch hurts. It is manageable, but it hurts. Some days are worse, some days are better. So I told my husband, well, I'm just going to shut the Etsy store, and I'm going to stop doing YouTube, and I'm just going to focus on work and not do all the extra things with my hands, which is completely silly, of course, because I've been doing this since September, so I will be able to do it a little bit more. But yeah, I was in shock. Like I said, it's not the end of the world, but to me, it sort of is. Because I already feel it every day, like I said. Because yeah, you use your nails a lot for a lot of different things. But I needed to adjust to the thought that I have this. there's nothing I can do about it. She said, yeah, there are meds, but they usually don't help very well. I don't know. I just have to trust her. But I will go for a second opinion to a private clinic, of course, because otherwise I have to wait another 4 or 5 months. Just to be sure that she's right, and also to have a little bit different advice, because yeah, there's a lot to be found on it, but it's all different. There's no website is actually the same, although what I did find is when you have nail arthrosis, nail psoriasis, you a lot of people also have psoriasis arthritis. But I sort of panicked because I have like little knots on my finger, sometimes, which I can't explain, but after a few days they are gone, and I'm just thinking, okay, whatever. So I thought, yeah, it's something that, yeah, sticks with me, so it's who I am. I'm sorry, I don't want to put my misery on a plate here and display it to all of you, but the reason that I'm telling this, because I think a lot of people struggle with this disease, and I think they feel ashamed, like I do, because my nails look like terrible, and I just want to share this as well. It's a little bit wonky, the envelope, but yeah, I'm wonky too, so, but I just want to share this. That's also the reason why I'm a little bit late today, because I was browsing the internet for information, and even came to the point where I thought, well, okay, I need a medical manicure, something that I can go to, and so they can help me. Because I just thought, well, let's tackle it the right way and do all the right things. But apparently that doesn't exist. Only the clinics where they give you like laser treatment, which may be also an option for me to do. I don't know, we will see. And then I read that you can be a medical pedicure, but there's no training to be a medical manicure. Then I thought, well, maybe I can do that myself. Like the basics, so I know what to do. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. It's going to be a hobby. But yeah, that's how I roll. Stuff happen, and usually I come with, look, I can't even grab the paper. I'm looking for solutions to solve it. Which I couldn't do with this. That's why I was so devastated. And also, it's been a hard week. The day before I traveled to work. Well, the idea was to travel to work, but that didn't work as it snowed a lot. And I don't have special winter tires. Can you imagine? I work at a company that sells tires, but I don't have winter tires. Which is insane. I don't even have all-season tires. So I have to start at 9. And my husband, he's been driving the road all week. with winter tires, and he starts at 10, so he leaves a 8:45, 9:30, to make sure he will be on time. So I left at 7:30, so that's a lot of time. And well, the short version is I arrived back home at 10 because I could not get out of town. So I worked from home, and I worked until about 10, 9:30 in the evening. So it was a very long day. And I don't like working from home because the system is slower, and also it's more difficult for me to read as I do not have two screens. At work I have two screens, so I can flip over to one screen, and so it was a little bit difficult. And on Thursday I had a day off because I had the appointment in the hospital at a very weird time, which made it almost impossible to first go to work and then return back to the hospital and then go back to work. So I thought, well, maybe I just take a day off. And yeah. So I did that, but yeah, after the verdict, I was in shock, and maybe somebody doesn't understand why I was in shock, but for me it was like I knew already what it was. So for me it was like when I went in, okay, anything but not that. And then she said within a short time already, it is clearly this. And I said, no, are you sure? Are you sure? And I was, well, and the other thing what happened, when you go to the hospital, you have to, how do you say that? You have to say that you are in. I don't know how to say that. But like, I'm here for my appointment. It is all electronic. You scan a QR code or you scan your ID. And I found out I forgot my wallet, which I have never done in my whole life. So without an ID, I thought, I can't go in. And also, no, there was something different. The day before I called, because that was the day it was like snowing. And I said, well, is my appointment still on tomorrow because of the weather? And if not, what does it mean? And then the lady said, well, you will be back on the waiting list. And I said, why? Yeah, she says, we can't control the weather. I said, well, I can't control the weather also. Why do I have to be all at the bottom of the waiting list while I waited so long already? I mean, I do know I can't go next week. But so I was already freaking out about that. But I thought, well, let's just first see what the weather will do. So I arrived at the hospital. I had to check in. And I forgot my wallet. So I already assumed, because normally that's the way it goes, then you are not allowed in the hospital because they can't verify that you are you. But I also had a letter, a printed letter. They sent me by regular mail that I had an appointment. So there was a lady, she said, what's going on? And I was already like, oh no, now my appointment is not going to continue because of this. What is happening? I felt so like, why? Why is this happening? And I felt so stupid. Then I even thought, okay, maybe it's in the car because I remembered trying to find something in my bag, but it wasn't in my car. I just forgot to add it in that other bag. I got everything, but not that. So, but luckily, I was allowed to go in. But when I came in the examination room and they said, well, it is what it is, I just like burst into tears. It was everything together. And I felt so silly for doing that. But I really, really felt like, why are you saying this? And I said, no, it's not that. Just check again, because it can't be that. And she said, yes, it's really that. I said, no. So we kept going on like that for a while. And at one point I said, yeah, well, okay. And then we talked about the possible options to fix it, which is extremely limited. So yeah, that was my visit at the hospital. Being completely, I was completely lost. And now that I'm telling it, I'm thinking, what are you even freaking out about? Because, maybe it's not going to stay this way. But maybe it is. Maybe this is all I have. And the nails are already freaking annoying. So for me, that's enough, because it's really painful. It feels like your skin is too tight for your fingers to fit in. So your bones are much longer than the actual skin is. And when you just get dressed, put on your socks, go to the bathroom, you name it, everything you do, scratch your skin, put in earrings, everything hurts. I have to say, crafting is not as hurtful, not as painful. I wanted to add this too. It's hurting a little bit less because you're not constantly doing this, but when you're typing, it's constantly like this. So now I'm already trying to put my fingers in a different direction to adjust so it doesn't hurt too much. But it's really painful. It feels like sometimes you have needles they put needles underneath. It's short, it's a short pinch, but it's not fun. But yeah, like I said, I've been dealing with this since September. So yeah, I can work with it. That's all fine. It's not going very smooth, but I can work with it. At work, I mean. But I just want to be sure that I don't have the other stuff too. So I have to see how do you call that? What's the name? When you have, it's a rheumatologist. I don't know how to say that. We say reumatoloog. Anyway, yeah. You don't even have to feel sorry for me or anything. I'm just telling you this because I think maybe more people have this issue and they are ashamed. And I'm telling this is the weird thing. I'm telling this in this video, but I'm not going to tell it at work. I don't want to explain it to anybody, not even to my manager. I just took a day off. I said, well, my verdict was a little bit different than I expected. Because I was really upset. My husband called how it went, and I was in the car and I was weeping like a baby. No control at all. I was completely lost, and I think it was also like the tension for waiting for so many months to find out what you actually have. I think it's something like that, but yeah, I was really, I don't know, a headache. It was terrible. And I felt bad for my work. So yesterday evening, I logged in and just checked to see what was going on. And I just arranged a few things that needed to be arranged. Oh, well, okay, there you go. All the effort. But anyway, I'm still working on my envelope, as you can see. And I'm just going to decorate it a little. I'm not going to do too much. Something like this. Yes. And then you have the card. What do I want to put on the card? Can I put on a tag? Is this the same size? No, it's not. And for this one. And I also added an apple, like an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Because this month the challenge is like self-care. A craft a day keeps the doctor away. And I thought, let's add the newspaper apple. It is fun. So I'm sort of cutting this a little bit smaller. I'm hurting my fingers. But yeah, that was my story of this week. Drama. And like I said, I know there are more terrible things that can happen to you. But yeah, if you are interested in what it means to have psoriasis arthritis, go check. I just hope it will happen to me when I'm just very, very old. Or that I learn how to keep it under control. If I have that. Yeah. The lady expects that I have it. They also took some clipping of my nail to send it to the lab to make sure it's nothing else. But she said, well, I'm doing this, but that is not what's going on. I said, are you sure? She said, yeah, I'm 100% certain. She did it to help me ease my mind, which it basically did not. Okay, just going to leave it like that. Now normally I would do some stitching over here. But I don't want to make my video like crazy long. Because it's already very late. It's empty. I'm just going to use this glue. not tie this together yet because I want to have this one, because today my mindset was already in the good direction, because I thought, well, if I didn't went to the hospital, I wouldn't know, right? If I didn't search on the internet, well, she basically told me so. But if I pretend my life is the same as before I knew. I think that's the best way to go. So today I am in a much better mood and able to see options instead of only problems. And that's basically always what I do. So today is a good day. And today I chose happiness. I'm still doubting if I need to sew a little. I really think I do. Let me see, can I add some ribbon on top? Because I have this. I think this is already in my stash for over 7 years, something like that. Very, very long time. I'm going to try if I can slide this in also. Probably not. No. No, of course not. Could have expected that. Yeah, I could get it. Oh, it's not in the right direction. Oh well. I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm just going to glue this together so it stays on top of the card. Which is not really working. Maybe if I just... Okay, maybe this will work. We will see. Yeah, as I said, it's very... it's a little bit empty. Do I want to add something at the back of the envelope? I don't know. I haven't used these. No. Maybe. Maybe this. I'm still doubting if I need to sew around the envelope too. Could I do that still? Only the outside. Does this still fit? Maybe, yeah. I am going to sew around this. And I'm also going to place this over here on the envelope. So it can slide underneath. And it can be opened. And I can't grab it closed. Like this. And I'm also going to sew around this card. Yeah, let's do that. A little update. I sewn over the journal card / tag. And I'm going to put another piece behind. So you don't see this stitching on the outside. And then I'm going to sew around the borders. So I did something extra. But I just wanted to show you so you know what I did. And sometimes I forget to tell. What is happening here? And before I sew, I also check if I can still put this card into the envelope that I stitched. Because maybe I need to make it a little bit smaller. I can still do that. So I sew it over the envelope, on the outside and over the flap. And I just want to fit this. Yeah, I need to cut off a little bit from the bottom. I also need to make it because it's not straight over here, as you can see. I cut half in my card. Okay, maybe this can work. Oh, this is going to be an issue, of course. Duh. Should have thought of that. Okay. Maybe a little bit shorter. So, do this before you sew your envelope. Or sew your envelope before you glue it together. Because now, yeah, I made a mistake. I'm not going to pretend I didn't make it, because I did. Okay, it can slide in. It's not going easy, because that is also me not being able to do the pulling very hard. Okay, let me quickly sew over the journal card / tag. I'm going to close my glue. And then I also need to glue on the little label. So I sewn everything that I wanted to sew. And I think I will leave a few threads on the project, which I normally never do. This over here. But do I need to back it? I think I need to back it. Yes, definitely. Okay. I always find this very tricky, because where do you need to put the label so you don't glue the whole thing together? Oh, I thought I had a paper clip, but it's attached to so many things. I think this is the right spot. Okay, let me see what I got. I got the envelope. Okay, I also want, a little bit of glue. Maybe here. Yeah. And I think I also want to add a little bit of stems. So I have to get these, the stems, and maybe some washi. So I grabbed a few things. I thought also maybe do a little stenciling on this one, as it is a little plain. Okay, and I also have this stamp. So I have this. This can be on here. Do I want maybe an ink splatter on here too? Why not? This one is done. I want, just for the fun of it, a number in here. I like this. Okay, this is going to be a straw. Yeah. I think I have to get it over here on this side. Ah, yes. Okay. I also have other stamps that give texture. I have these. And I have these. I also have these. I have a lot. Oh, these were gifted by Yurima Shelby. We traded something. We had stuff twice. And she had these twice. And she sent me. And I sent her some die cuts, I think. It's always fun to do a swap. And I like these a lot. I like these too. Ooh, these are super fun. I never use these. Look, how cool. Oh, should have inked. Yeah. Okay. And I also want to add the date on here. Oh, what is happening? Oh, it's supposed to be like this. Or not, I don't know. We will see. I want to have January and number 10. Oh, these are extremely tiny. 10th. Oh, I also have like 3rd, 2nd, 10th. Okay. And I can also do 20 and 26. Okay, let me see how am I going to put that on. January. tent. Oh, this is so small. Not sure which way is the right way. A piece of paper. Oh. Okay, needs to go like this. And this is 26. This is 20. No, it's supposed to be like this. And oh, it's so hard to see. 26, like so. I feel a little bit like well, oh, it's not straight. And I have a stamping tool platform, and if I use that I can really line it up, but it doesn't have to be perfect for me. Oh, I actually like this. This is very cool. Yeah, I can stamp it on the envelope, I think. Over here. Ooh, this is cool. I like it. I wanted to do a real quick video, which I'm not going to do, as it seems, because I'm busy for a long time. But I do enjoy myself. And like I said, my husband is out of town, so he will not be home till tomorrow morning. So I can sleep in, I can stay up a little late if I want to. I'm definitely going to sleep in tomorrow. Oh, this is such a struggle. I don't know how I get these off normally. Oh, it sticks to my finger. And it's those little details that make it so interesting, I think. There's one piece over here. It went very well. Where do I put this? Over here. Yeah. And I also said I wanted to add washi, although I'm not certain anymore. Do I want that? No, I don't want to add washi. Sorry. No washi today. No washi today. Okay, I'm just going to clean my desk and then you will see me back with the end result. So, this is the final result for the first week challenge. No, not the first week, the second week challenge. It's a gratitude tag or envelope. I sort of made both. And it's grungy and I like it. I have this on the front. January 10th, 2026. Did some extra stamping. This is the back side, the label. Yeah. The inside. The little tag. And this is the back side. So yeah, this is it for today. Go over to line.arrow to get the free papers. It is in the tab. Oh, which tab is it in? Well, I always announce it in the Facebook group, but if you have like the media tab on top of the Facebook group, there is some buttons. You have discussion, guides, featured, members, events, media. And then on the media, you have 3 tabs, and then one of them is albums. And over there, I put the challenge freebies. So you can get them over there. And if you're not a member on Facebook, if you are just watching the video but do want to play with the papers, they will also be on my Ko-Fi for a very small fee. But this is it for today. Make sure you enter in all the Facebook groups. This is the second week, but you can still work on the first week. You can do this, but you can also create something completely different. I'm working on a journal. I haven't done a lot, to be honest, because of the crazy days. I just have this, and this is my, these are the kits. This was last week's challenge. But I have both the kits in here. I worked a little bit on things on the live that I did with Sophie. And I added book papers, doilies, coffee dyed papers. Yeah, a lot of fun. It's a pretty journal, I have to say. And it's in a traveler's notebook at the moment. I will create a cover, I hope. But for now, this is it. But yeah, you can join us in the Facebook group, in the Facebook groups, and post. And at the end of the month, there are going to be winners drawing as usual, 5 prizes in each group, so you can win a kit in each group. But yeah, this is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, maybe you want to leave me a like. If you're new to the channel, maybe you want to be a subscriber. If you're new, just subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing. And for those of you who have been following me for a long time, thank you so much for watching. I did see all the comments on my previous video and I will respond, but I had a crazy week. And I thought this was more important today. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Greetings from the Netherlands. Stay safe, stay creative. Bye bye. Bye.